he's got away. Saved! Somehow the keeper kept it out.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Panenka Show. I'm your host, Carlos Brathwaite, and this is episode 10. Tonight's guest, we have Tazieo. You good, too?
Very good.
Okay, and sporting his Barca colors, we have Tyrone holder. Okay, we're going to start with Group H action. Belgium taking on Russia. Wasn't a very entertaining game, but the Belgians got the win in the end. Yeah, anybody can start.
Honestly, I think Capello, he took the approach that Algeria took. They tried to frustrate Belgium because I find that Belgium got kind of a younger squad, so in terms of experience, the frustration was setting faster, and it didn't work out in the end because Belgium got it win, but the defensive aspect made the game kind of a little hard to watch.
Yeah. Tyrone, the Belgians, all this talent, but still unimpressive, even though they got the win.
I think it was a cagey affair. Capello was tactically on point for the better part of the game, but as with all elite players, you have to play them as opposition directly to the 90-minute mark. And they failed to hold Hazard coming out to the end of the game, and it proved to be Russians' undoing.
Okay, and the replacement for Lukaku, Origi. I mean, Lukaku isn't really setting it ablaze as yet. Another unimpressive game.
Yeah, well, the service is not coming as he would like, I guess. And Origi probably got more to prove coming off the bench and looking for a starting berth in the city.
Oh, okay. Russia, though, Tyrone, still with a chance to progress, albeit slim. But
yeah, definitely. Capello has a tendency to go for players on form and not generally names, because if you see the Russian team is missing popular names like Roman Paloshenko, Andriy Arshavin, even the guy Alan Jagoev, who is normally a starter in the Russian team, he came on late in the second half. Yeah. So they do have a chance, but I think Capello may need to change his approach.
Okay. All right, and we go on to the other Group H game, which in contrast, very entertaining. Algeria defeated Korea Republic 4-2. The Algerians had a very strong start, 3-0 at the half, man. Come out to get it.
As an Italian fan, we're glad to see South Korea game beat.
2002?
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah.
But Algeria, in this game, they came out the blocks running. I guess they wanted to show the world that they can play, and they're not just a defensive team. And they got just reward for their play.
Okay. Brahmi and Slimani, very impressive today, man.
Most definitely. I think the Algeria-South Korea game, in contrast to what a lot of people were thinking, I always expected it to be an open affair, given that both teams have a lot to play for.
Yeah, but yesterday, last episode, they were saying this would be a dead match, you know? Okay, so where would you...
Well, obviously, it depends on the table. How a game goes depends on the table. And both of those teams are at the point of the start of the game were very much alive in the group. So it's all or nothing, pretty much. So it was always going to be open and entertaining affair.
Yeah, well, Group H is basically still open. I mean, the Algeria got Russia to take on next to see if it would take them to the knockout stages. But you think they could go that far anymore?
If they get to the knockout stages, they're more than likely face a very difficult team to break down. But I don't think
if they're going to get past this hurdle first.
Yeah, I don't think Russia would give up that easily. And Russia's paying Capello a lot of money, something like $10 million a year. So he will go for broke. And I don't think they will give it that easy.
Okay. Even though the Korea Republic, the defense was in shambles today. I mean, but their next game is against Belgium. They had a late fight back with the 2 goals, but against Belgium, a more, I would say, attacking side than Algeria. How do you think, still with a slim chance too, what do you think they could?
The South Korean team, to me, so far has not proven to be defensively sound in the 2 games that they've played. They do have a very impressive attacker, Son. Very impressive. So they're capable of scoring goals, but against Belgium's attack, I don't think they can repel Dries Mertens, Eden Hazard, maybe if Reggie starts and has a good game, I don't think they could repel that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we go on to Group G's match. USA-Portugal, another entertaining game, man.
Yeah.
2-2 draw. Portugal taking lead through 90 and USA fighting back to get it 2-1, but ultimately couldn't hold on to the end.
It goes back again to what I said previously. Those elite players, you must mark them down to 90 minutes. Michael Brathwaite for blundering in the midfield, giving the ball out to Ronaldo.
Yeah. He danced damn minutes of the game.
So they practically had the game on, but failing to, close on an elite player up at that level.
Yeah. What you thought of USA's performance of the
Well, it was very commendable. I find that they give away the ball a lot, especially when Portugal was under pressure and still trying to find a way in the game. USA was still giving away the ball. I think the early goal kind of rattled them too, so they was probably trying to get back in the game, but
they did since they took the lead. Yeah, they played very well to get back in there, but ultimately that downfall came back again and giving away possession a little too easy. So you would think the USA's performance for this World Cup very impressive because we had them as the whipping boys basically. Well,
I wouldn't say that, but I think they have proven their doubters wrong because they left out Landon Donovan out of the World Cup, and a lot of people were saying they won't get far without him and whatnot. But I find that, and Jose Altidore went out early as well with a hamstring injury.
I don't think he would have made much of a difference. That's me personally. One goal in 20-something games.
I can't say that because they're players who play their heart out for the country, and at club level, they're average at best. Yeah. But a player like Jose, he was pace, strength, and he has that size. He's holding the ball well. Yeah. But the players who came in for him, they've done a pretty good job so far.
Okay. Clint Dempsey so far, Captain America, man.
Yeah, definitely. A big friend of mine who's a very strong USA fan. Yeah. Big fan of Clint Dempsey as well. Yeah. Personally, from the beginning of the group, I always had Germany and USA to advance, to be honest. So it wasn't the spirited performance of the Americans doesn't really surprise me. I think they're taking on the onus of the coach, and their approach play to the goal. Okay. They do, however, have to get it together, as Tazieo said, with relevance to the giving away the ball in the midfield so much. But definitely Jones and Beckerman have proven to be, those pit bulls in the midfield as it relates to recovering the ball, and, giving the team some strength. So the American spirit is definitely there so far.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we'll leave on that note, and we'll be back with more of the Panenka Show, where we continue to review the USA-Portugal game. And welcome back to the Panenka Show. We're going to continue to review the draw game between USA and Portugal. Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo showed up just in time. Quiet for most of the game, but star player.
It was visible to see that he was struggling, probably due to the injury that we've heard about in the media. But there were times that his team needed him and he didn't come up. Like the one-on-one chance that I don't know, just didn't go near the bar. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo will always be Cristiano Ronaldo, and given a chance, he will deliver.
Yeah, but the Portugal team, mathematically, they're still in it, but with a very slim chance, they really got to beat Ghana and hope that Germany beat USA as big as a scoreline too. But this is the end of the road for them.
The German team, I think, they're going to say they're already gone through. I pretty much expect USA to actually win that game by a standard margin. I think
prediction.
Go with some players that haven't been given a chance yet. So the USA in that game has to go for broke, I think, as well. So it's a situation whereby the German may be resting on their laurels, and the USA is going for broke. So the USA may win that game by standard margin. So it will run the Portuguese hopes null and void, really and truly. But the chance is always there still.
Yeah, very slim, but all right, with today's game, to go back to today's game, USA, well, 2 points dropped because, I mean, they lost it that late. 2 points dropped. They could have seen them going straight through one time, but, you know, now they got a lot to fight against Germany.
Well, like he said, they will probably give some French players, well, not really French players, but players not in the starting 11, never know. But I think Germany would put out a strong team.
Just like to finish the job one time.
Yeah. Because as a team like Germany, in the World Cup, you can carry feelings and hope for people. And they got to do the job itself. In case in point, Italy. So
yeah, you bring the tears. So we talk about Italy now, you know.
Yeah. But USA, they got a good chance of going through. A draw will probably take through both teams.
Yeah, it will.
And with Portugal, they have to go for broke. They will probably start the same 11 they did today.
So why not make changes?
Well, Portugal's hurt, so a change will definitely come there. Hopefully they don't bring Eder back. In my opinion, he was horrible today. He didn't hold up the ball well. He had opportunities. He didn't take them well. And I guess seeing Portugal going through is very slim, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they do have a chance.
They do have a chance.
Addressing the changes that Portugal could probably make, leaving Eder out to the team all completely, yes, I agree with that. But then you could also hope that they would leave Nani out as well. He had a horrible game as well.
Even though he was the goal scorer,
Yeah,
you could give him that.
He was in the right place at the right time, but he had a horrible game. They could probably start with Varela.
Yeah, he really came on and made it. Yeah, we made that point earlier in a few episodes that Varela could have started. Yeah, they got signed the same way, have it?
Well, saying Nani had a horrible game is a bit harsh. And Varela, he went from villain to hero, in my opinion. Because he had a ball earlier this career and he ran right off the field. Then he finished brilliantly with a header. But Nani has always been a controversial player in terms of consistency. And in one game, he has shown he's inconsistent. Yeah. At times he was whipping in some brilliant crosses. There are times he just gave away the ball needlessly. One time, let me refer back to a Panenka game with Chelsea and Manchester United. Alex Ferguson wanted him preferred him to clear the ball, and Chelsea ended up scoring off the play. Same thing today. He went at the ball with a lazy effort, and Jones buried him. But to say he had a horrible game, I think that's a bit harsh.
Yeah. Okay. Agree to disagree?
Yeah, I think we're going to agree to disagree. There were a lot of miscontrolling. I saw him, Ronaldo pass the ball across the field and let the ball go straight out into touch. A lot of one-on-one chances with defenders. He failed to beat them. Performance was not becoming at all.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we're going to preview the last round of games for the group stages. Group B, really a match to play for. Holland and Chile, sorry. I didn't want to get Spain, Holland and Chile already gone through. Just playing to see who would top the group. But who do y'all think could win out in that fixture? Well, your guy, Sanchez, very impressive. Think he could take them over the Dutch?
That's a very hard ask. It depends on the type of mentality that the teams come up with. Chile plays a very high pressing, hard running game. It might unsettle the Dutch. It definitely might unsettle the Dutch. But Dutch has always been historically pass masters. So a hard pressing game against a quick passing team who can break you down could work. The hard pressing could work, against you. So it's definitely a battle of wills and mentality and playing style. So there's definitely a possibility that Chile could overcome the Dutch, but I'd have to go for the Dutch in that game.
The Dutch in that game. Oh, what about you, Tazieo? The Dutch had a hard time around with Australia, but they could overcome the Chileans?
I find, the European teams are complaining about the heat and the sun and whatnot, but I find they're playing a little slower in the earlier games, the 12 o'clock games. But more than likely, the Dutch will overcome Chile. Chile has players in defense like Gary Medel, who we saw at Cardiff, and he's not comfortable with pace. And the pace of Iron Robin is ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
So if Holland get going, and like he said, they pass the ball well, and not only pass the ball well, they switch it well and quickly. And they also have the diagonal ball that Danny Blind is whipping in all the time.
Yeah.
And surprising them back post. So I think I will go for Holland.
Holland too. Okay, all right. Australia, Spain, just playing for pride there. So I think the Spanish.
Oh.
Tyrone, you're Spanish, right?
No,
Oh,
I'm
right.
Italian as well.
Oh, you're Italian. Oh, well, playing for pride here. Australians could leave with their heads held high and probably.
I think Australia already have their heads held high because this is a team in the rebuilding phase, and they've showed that they have good talent. I was surprised by a lot of players they have, relatively unknown to me. But going against Spain, I guess Spain will also look to salvage a little pride from this game as well. So it could be an entertaining game. I think it'll be full of goals.
Entertaining that rubber for you too.
I don't think there's any pride to be salvaged for Spain, to be honest. At this point.
Oh, so.
I know how it feels to be a defending world champion and going first round. So
Yeah.
there's any pride to be salvaged at all.
Oh,
for the
okay.
Spanish. I actually think this match is probably going to draw because Australians are very spirited and the Spanish are very predictable.
Yeah.
So if they go with that midfield with Busquets, Javi Alonso, Javi Hernandez again, which is geriatric in my opinion,
Yeah.
they could be run over by the Australian midfield. They're not as good up front as the Spanish are. So it might go to a draw.
Oh, okay. So we got a draw and we got a draw.
I think it'll be open up there. I think it'll have goals.
We have goals. Okay, all right. We will go on to preview the last round for Group A, Cameroon, Brazil, and Croatia, Mexico, which will be up next on the Panenka Show. And welcome back to the Panenka Show, previewing Group A's fixture between Cameroon and Brazil. Cameroon basically playing for pride and Brazil playing to top the group. What do you got for that one?
Well, Brazil should come out on top of this game. The Cameroon contingent is just in a disarray. Players want to fight with each other. I think they just lost the plot. And Brazil should come out on top in this game.
Okay, what do you think of that?
I believe that the Brazilians, Neymar especially, should be looking for the opportunity here to get their individual goal tallies up. Because as Tazieo said, the contingent for Cameroon is definitely in disarray. You saw what happened with Esu Koto and also with Alex Song's moment of
Madness,
sheer
yeah. Well, yeah, not madness, stupidness, yeah.
So, but Brazil definitely has an opportunity here to, really show the world what they're about going into the next round.
Okay, Brazil got a kind of a problem up front. Fred, Joe, unimpressive so far. I think Hulk is still out injured, so who do you go? You play with like a false nine there, or you still start either one of these strikers?
No, they have to play because Brazil still needs someone to hold up the ball, and Fred does that perfectly. He might not score as much as they would like. He might not score prolific goals, but Fred is always there to tackle home. Joe likewise when he plays, and it kind of eases Neymar. Sometimes they use Fred as an outlet, bounce it off of Fred back to the midfield, out wide, and Fred is there for the cross if needed.
Okay, Oscar, impressive so far. Well, was impressive in the first game, but not so much in the Mexico game. Well, that was in my opinion. But key man for tomorrow and for through the other stages.
Oscar, the player I'm not really sweet on.
Yeah.
Because I honestly believe that player like Diego Ribas, I thought he could have gone to the World Cup as well. Oscar is okay in my opinion, to be honest with you. I wouldn't say he's a key man. I think a key man for Brazil is Neymar because they have a very rigid team because they depend on the defensive solidity of Paulinho and Luis Gustavo in the midfield. And then the flair of Neymar first separate on the defense of the team because of, as Tazieo would have alluded to, Fred is not really, your prolific goal scorer. So it's a possibility that Brazil could play for false nine maybe and bring Bernard into Neymar's role on the left as an option.
Okay. Well, we ain't going to expect much from Cameroon from that. So 2 Brazilians, well, 3 Brazilians, since I'm the Brazilian too. We're going to go on to the Croatia-Mexico match. This is going to be a good one. Croatia on 3 points, Mexico on 4. We all got for this one, man. This gonna be an entertaining one.
It depends on the attitude that the players going to the game with. Because Mexico just needing a draw to go through. They might defend. But Croatia need to go for broke because a draw probably is not enough for them. So they need to get that win to secure a spot into the round of 16. Mexico, if their formation, their system is kind of defensive. They play with 5 at back. But in the midfield, they spray the ball to the wing backs. Guardado is always out the field, and most of the crosses come from over the left side. So Croatia will have to, Dario Serna might have to deal with Guardado in that aspect. And he might not come forward as much as he would like, because he also comes forward a bit in a minute as well.
Okay. Croatia coming off for that heavy win against Cameroon. Wasn't much of a fight, but they should be inspired to defeat the Mexico side.
A player I like a lot plays for Croatia. Ivan Rakitic. In tandem with Luka Modric in the midfield, I think Croatia could pose a threat to anybody in this World Cup, as long as they're defensively solid. Because up front and in the midfield, they're very formidable. You have the likes of Mateo Kovacic, youngster. Modric and Rakitic forming a midfield wall, as it were.
But not to cross you, but people are saying that they don't really have the defensive protection because these two are seen as flair players. If you get
go ahead.
Modric plays that role for Real Madrid, and I've seen Rakitic play that role for Sevilla countless times. They may not be rough and tumble like say maybe a good Gennaro Gattuso, but they have the ability to hold up the ball and spray it around as need be. So they may not kill you with tackles, but they might kill you with passes. Yeah.
You were saying that?
I was saying, the question was, you wanted them.
People are saying that it could need more steel in midfield, like a regular defensive midfield, as he said, like a Gattuso, as they're seen as two flair players. So they may need that extra bite, if you get me.
Modric is not really a flair player, because regardless of what happens in the game, Modric will keep passing. As you might recognize from the Champions League final of Real Madrid. Regardless of how the game goes, Modric will continue to pass. But I think Rakitic could push further up the field and help out the lone striker that they play with. In terms of defensive ability and steel and grit, the centre-back, Lovren, he is a tackler. He has a little lapse at times, but he is a tackler and he will win the ball. So against Mexico, Uribe will have a difficult time against Lovren.
Okay, so and you can make your predictions now. Who do you got in that one?
I'm going for a draw. I think the game will draw.
Oh, okay.
Croatia.
Oh, 3-1. Oh, that was very bold. Okay, that's it for the reviews. I have one talking point though. We could see like the criticism of players like Rooney, and how heavy the British media is on him. You can see that with Ronaldo. Do you think these criticisms are too heavy on them? I mean, they're just one player, even though they're maybe a world-class player. But what do you think of these heavy critics on these players? In think to Ronaldo,
Ronaldo is a player that everybody, it's a love-hate relationship with Ronaldo. And he does good, people still hate him. When he dives and begs for silly fouls, people still hate him. But when he comes up great, the whole world loves him. With Rooney, I think it's more, I think people are frustrated with Rooney. Rooney's frustrated with himself. And I think the English media expects a lot more from Rooney. To actually take the team on his back. The pressure right now, the pressure is off of Gerrard. He gets a little criticism still, but I find that they're a little too harsh on him sometimes because I would personally blame Roy Hodgson for England's demise because he's playing with a defensive midfielder and he has not taken any defensive midfielders to the World Cup.
Okay.
So that's my problem.
Yeah. All right. Quickly, Tyrone, any criticism is too harsh on him?
That's the English media. They build you up to chop you down. They did it with Ronaldo when he was in England as well.
Yeah.
I might sound harsh here, but Rooney is not the player to carry your team, internationally at least. I think they should have probably built the team more focused on Dio Sturridge's performances rather than Wayne Rooney's. Jack Roach didn't get rid of guy looking either.
Yeah.
He could have gotten a chance. But Rooney isn't really a player that will take England anywhere. And he's pretty much proven it in the last couple of World Cups.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I would like to hear that point, but we run out of time. Thanks, Tyrone, Tazieo. Hope to see y'all again, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah, don't forget to check out, subscribe the video, leave some comments. Facebook, The Panenka Show, Twitter, The Panenka Show, YouTube, The Panenka Show. The Panenka Show.blogspot.com. We got some articles on there. Good reads, man. I'm Carlos Brathwaite, and see you again.
Oh, he's in the clear, he's got away.